Guys, I'm having one of those days. It doesn't happen often, but you know how sometimes the stars just align and everything bad seems to just stand in line to take its turn at you? Well, today's one of those days. So I picked up a lock. Well, first let me start from the beginning. You guys know, I think many of you, that I have another hobby, and that is building quadcopters. Been doing it for several years. I've gotten pretty good at it. I don't mean to brag, but I rarely wreck anymore. I build them, I fly them, I do aerobatics without too much trouble. And I even have a video, a YouTube video, but I really haven't put a lot of effort into that. Maybe I should. But then I got sassy. I decided to build, and I no longer have a picture of it, but I decided to get into airplanes and build something called a Strix Stratosurfer. That's a generic picture of one right there. Not a bad looking plane. I saw a guy on YouTube and it looked so easy. I thought to myself, that is the master lock of flying airplanes. I got one. Took me a month to put that thing together. And this morning I took it out and gave it its maiden flight, which lasted all of about 6 seconds. That's the video and takeoff. It went inverted, it impacted the ground, and it kind of splattered like a water balloon does against a concrete wall. Picked it up, came home, and I tried to console myself. I'm going to do something that I know I'm going to pick locks. This is a lock by MonkeyLockPicks. He sent this. This is called the Quicksands. So I started playing around with that, and it got me here. So I thought, what in the heck is going on? And this is one of those things, it doesn't go any further than that. It turns there, but then you can't reset it. It's not like a deep fault set. There's no faults set about it. That's a permanent turn, and then it's not picked, and you can't go back. So I looked at the instructions, and MonkeyLockPicks said he thinks this is pick-proof. It says, in theory, and I tend to agree with him, says, if you get the core stuck, my work is a success. So, MonkeyLockPicks, I'm having a bad day. You have now kicked me in the crotch while I'm laying on the ground. I'm just kidding. I don't know what's going on here. I have tried to pick it back to get it so I could reset it and try it again, and it doesn't work. So, I'm going to call this a whipped. I got this far. It is not picked. It took me probably 20 minutes to get it to this point. Total failure. And so I am going to go ahead and gut it. And let's see what kind of technology MonkeyLockPicks has put in there. I do have a key. I don't think it will do us any good, though. See if I can get a knife here. I think once you're stuck, this is probably one of those traps that I think we've seen in a couple of locks. But it may surprise us. Okay, so we look like a lot of high cuts hiding behind two really low cuts. But I don't think we're going to get it to go. I don't think that's going to work. So from a commercial point of view, this is probably not going to be a good commercial design. It is an excellent challenge lock design, though, I got to say. So total failure on my part. Again. So the only way this could be better is later this evening if I go out for my evening run. I get run over by a cement truck. That will be perfect. All right, we got 5 pins. I'm going to start right there. And let's see if we can't try to unload this in the right order. Okay, what do we got here? It is a homemade, very nicely done serrated pin. I don't think these are floaters. Nope, those are just very finely cut. I don't know how he did that. Must have been with a razor blade. I don't think anything else will come out of that one. All right, let's take a look. Actually, that was pin 1. Put him in the right place. Wonder we'll do it right. That'll be the first thing I've done right today. Airplanes. I don't know how those guys do it. I'm telling you, everything with airplanes happens so fast that you just can't. By the time you figure out you're going to impact the ground, it's too late, man. You've already impacted. There we go. Serrated. Beautiful, beautiful work. That one's tight. That one's really tight. Maybe too tight. Yeah. That's not working too good. All right, let's find another tool. What do I do? Yeah, try to think ahead, guys. All right, we got, what is that, 2 millimeter? Well, I don't know. This is inch. Try that guy. That's not going to work. There we go. Man, that was torqued in there. I'm trying to hold it because it feels like, I was going to say something's going to really jump out of there, but it didn't. All right, we got a different spring. That's a good thing. And we have a T-pin. Very nicely done. Very nice. I don't think that's the secret, though. Just out of curiosity, let's go ahead and try to turn it back. At this point, we've taken out the first 3. Nope. Definitely not. Okay, we got another brass one. Get over there. And got nothing. There it is. Another very nicely done T-pin. Very precise. These are polished very nicely. And last, before I take that out of there, let's see if it'll turn. We may be barking up the wrong tree here. This may never work again. I really don't know. All right, we have another brass one and another very fine T-pin. And now it will turn. All right, what in the world could have... Oh, there must be, when it gets to there must be holes inside of the core. I'll bet you money. All right, let's find out for sure. I'm going to turn this right side up, and let's go ahead and gut out the key pins. If I can get it aligned right, it should be very close right there. Come on. There he is. Beautiful Sarah. Let's set this down. This may be worth looking at. I want to say that's a floater, but I don't think... Get that razor. Where did he go? I don't think it is. I think these are just very finely... If we get the camera to focus... Super fine. Those are not floaters, though. Those are just cuts in a very long key pin. All right, back to 2. Tell you what, guys, this is not cooperating. What I'm going to do now, we've already got the first one out. Let's go ahead and take the back off, and I'm going to slide the core out. I'm going to have to use this guy. Not ideal. I got it, but it'll work. All right, there are the holes in the back where those T-pins jumped into, which is kind of what we were thinking. Let's go ahead and pull the rest of these guys out. Number 2, if he will come out, again, a very super fine cuts on a serrated pin. 3 is a wafer and a standard pin. And the wafer, of course, if the key is in there, it's at the right height, then the T-pin wouldn't be able to go into that hole. I'll bet you we have a wafer for almost all of these. There's one, there's one. Come out of there. Probably should get some tweezers rather than my fat fingers that can't fly an airplane to save my life. Okay, there's that other T-pin. Another wafer, T-pin. Yep, that's exactly what happened. So when I picked it only up to the wafer, but unfortunately the wafer was the first shear line. So I caught all 3 wafers inside of the core, which allowed all three of these T-pins to then, under spring pressure, jump into, didn't matter which way I picked it. It was going to go into either this side or into that side, clockwise or counterclockwise. To make life even sweeter today, take a look at 1 and 2, all threaded, very fine threads. Let's take a look in here. And also number 1 and 2 in the chamber are both threaded, and the other 3 are standard, nothing to them. All right, so if you don't, it is not impossible to pick this. However, very unlikely. You have to pick to the second. First of all, you got to know which of the chambers has the T-pin. You have to pick to the second shear line on those 3 chambers to get past the to get the wafer into the upper chamber, and therefore it would negate those T-pins. Very unlikely to be able to do. And then, of course, you're fighting some of the finest looking serrated pins. I still don't know how he did that. That is it's like paper thin on those serrated pins. Just unbelievable. All right, that guy goes there. So there's like 25 shear lines in each of these. My goodness. Anyway, Monkey Lockpicks whipped me again today. I'm looking forward to getting run over by the concrete truck later today when I go for my run. Anyway, fellas, I appreciate your time. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for putting up with my whining about my horrible Monday. Happy Monday! Anyway, fellas, thanks for your time. Stay safe, stay legal. Monkey Lockpicks, thank you, sir, for the lock. I appreciate the frustration. Thanks, guys.